her communication, of course, with all of that experience is going to be amazing. Now, I will say this. I did watch some of her interviews, and I even catch one of the live streams that she was doing on Instagram with another mixologist. And one thing that I noticed is that, well, she's very good at answering the questions, you know, justifying her answers. But when she is asked something that it's outside of her comfort zone, she tends to, like, you know, skip the question or like... Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and for today's video we have a very special one because I've been promising you this for the past few weeks, and finally here it is, my top pick, early favorites for Miss Universe 2021. Now, the only reason that it took me so long to sit down and film this video is because I really wanted to take some time to get to know each one of the candidates. There are so many countries participating in Miss Universe that it's hard to keep up with everyone, and when I do this type of reviews, I don't want to sit down and talk nonsense for 30 minutes. I want to make sure that I'm bringing you value and an objective and well-researched point of view. And as you know, I've been covering so many international pageants as well. We did Miss Globe, Miss Intercontinental, Miss Grand International, Miss Earth, and now we're gonna get officially into Miss Universe. And stay tuned because I also have some Miss World content for you, so... But going back to today's video, I really wanted to sit down and talk to you about my early top picks for Miss Universe. And I have prepared a list of 12 candidates that I believe have what it takes to make it into the final of Miss Universe. Now, of course, everything depends on their performance, what they do during the competition, how they handle the pressure, how they deliver on the different challenges that will be thrown at them. But I really tried to come up with this list based on the track record that each one of these candidates had so far. So I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like so that my video gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, let me know in the comment section what you think about my list, about my arguments, and let me know who are your top picks for this year's edition of Miss Universe. Alright my friends, so without further ado, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it.
Be strong.
Alright, so let's get right into it. Number 12 on the list, we have the beautiful Miss Argentina, and her name is Julieta Garcia. Now, Miss Julieta is extremely beautiful. This is the first thing that came to mind as soon as I saw her photo, because there was just something about her aura and this contrast that she has between the very clear eyes and the very dark hair with the very, you know, light skin. And it was just like, you know, so mysterious. Automatically made me think of one of these, you know, Hollywood beauties from the 20s or the 30s, you know, like this black and white movies type of thing. I kind of attached her to Elizabeth Taylor as well a little bit. So obviously already in that sense she was on the list. I was like, okay, she is beautiful. But then I told myself, but what can she do when it comes to the performance? How does she communicate? So I did a little research, and what I found is that Julieta, not only she was given the title of Miss Universe Argentina 2021, but she has also competed before. So she does have pageantry experience. She is active within this industry, and apparently she is a very consistent candidate according to those who have been following her journey closely. If I'm being fully honest, in the beginning I was a little worried about Argentina because there was this video of her that was posted when she was crowned and she had no facial expression at all. People were saying like, oh, she looks like a doll, she looks like this, like that, and I was like, ooh, I mean, she's stunning, but I'm gonna need a little bit more, you know, expression than that. But everything else that I've been seeing from her, I did look at some interviews. She is expressive, she is a good communicator, she is funny. I'm not worried at this point. So keep an eye on her. Julieta Garcia, Miss Argentina. Number 11 on the list, we have Miss Namibia Chelsea Shikongo, and this one really grabbed my attention since the very first time that I saw her official photo. This is really the element that made me want to check her out. First of all, I feel like among the list of endless candidates that were posted on the Miss Universe website, her photo really stood out because of just the expression. She looks so happy, she looks so youthful, she looks so playful with all that color, all that energy that is just coming out of the picture. So I did go and check out her performance, and what I found out was that not only she is very confident, very unique, but also she has amazing communication skills. And even better than that, when I was looking at some of the clips of her national competition, she really has something about her that makes her stand out in a crowd. So I feel like that's a very good characteristic that you want to absolutely have on a Miss Universe. And for that reason, Miss Namibia, baby, I'm keeping an eye on you. Now we are getting officially into the top 10, and to get started we have Miss South Africa Lalela Mswane. Okay, so I did watch and react to Miss South Africa here on my channel, so obviously I am familiar with Lalela's journey. And what I have to tell you, I mean, this woman is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is no denying that. But what's even better about Lalela is how much of a great communicator she is. I really feel like the way that she speaks, how she is so commanding, so in control, so sure of herself, is really one of her biggest strengths. When she was answering during the Q&A segment, I just really had to stop and just listen. Stop critiquing, stop analyzing, just, you know, take in everything that this woman was giving us, because she is just that good. Now, when it comes to Lalela herself, I feel like she really brings a level of elegance that just makes me feel, honestly, although she's very young, she just has that aura of someone who has experience, who has the strength. And I feel like, you know, those are things that very often we don't consider as much for a pageant like Miss Universe. Having said that, I have seen kind of a, you know, shared opinion when it comes to her styling. Some people think that she needs to work a little bit on it, and I do believe that there is a little bit of room for improvement. But you know, she is preparing for the pageant, so let's give her a break. I believe that her team will take care of it. She will be in good hands. And also, if I'm being honest, there is also this political situation that is going on in her country where they don't support Lalela going to Israel. And without getting into politics, of course, I do feel like it's unfortunate, because this is not Lalela's fault. She did not choose the location. She is just representing the country and doing what is expected of her. So hoping for the best and wishing that this entire political thing will not have an impact on her performance. Number 9 on the list, we have Miss Venezuela with Luisette Materan. And of course, the first thing that I noticed about Luisette after watching her full performance is that, as you would expect from a Venezuelan queen, she really delivers when it comes to the technique. There is just something about beauty queens from Venezuela that they are so polished. You know, they are on her element. They know what they're doing, they are in charge, and they will make you feel like you are in the presence of excellence, nothing less. So that was really my first impression of Luisette. When it comes to her communication skills, nothing to criticize. When it comes to her physical aspect, on point. The girl is stunning from every angle, doesn't matter how you look at her. Now, one thing that I will point out is that sometimes, because she is so focused about the technique and the delivery and the facial expression and making sure that everything is perfectly blended, it does feel like she is not enjoying the moment to the fullest. And that is something that, for me personally, I feel like it's a shame, because when you have this amazing opportunity of going to Miss Universe, being in touch and surrounded by this amazing group of people, living this beautiful experience, it's important that you live in the now, in the moment. So yes, we want to see the performance, we want to see, you know, the facial expressions, the technique, the twirls, the everything, the pasarelas, but I also want to make sure that you're having fun. I want to see you smile. I want to see you, you know, just accepting things as they come and just embracing the flaws. You know, sometimes something might not go as planned, but you still adapt to it and keep going. So I would like to see a little bit more of that spontaneity when it comes to her performance. But honestly, that is just a side note. On every single aspect other than that, she has delivered perfection. Number 8 on the list, we have Miss Vietnam, the beautiful Miss Kim Nguyen. Alright, so after checking Kim, I'm gonna be fully transparent. And I know that some people might disagree with me, but first impression was, if you take Kim Kardashian and you take Cher and you put them on a blender, this is what you get. Kim is the result of that. What I mean by this is that, honestly, this woman has such a beauty that, in my opinion, is remarkable. When I was just scrolling through the portraits on the Miss Universe website, her photo really grabbed my attention. And I really had to go and read her bio, go and check her social media. I just had to, you know, spend a moment digesting how beautiful she is. And something that I was even happier about is that she doesn't stop when it comes to the looks. She really delivered an amazing performance during Miss Vietnam, but also what I found out is that she is very good with the communication skills. And let me precise a little bit about that, because I did see some negative comments, people saying, yeah, she's beautiful, yeah, she's it, but can she talk? And the answer is, yes, she can talk. Does she have an accent? Yes, she does have an accent, but when you listen to her closely, when you listen to what she has to say and the ideas that she is conveying, she makes sense. She is rational and that is all that I can expect from a candidate, right? Now, I did want to hear a little bit outside of the pageant, so I went and looked for some interviews and other things that she has done on the side. And what I found out was actually a video of her training, and I believe that she has the right team for this. People are really helping her to make sure that she gets right all that, pronunciation, the diction when it comes to the words, making sure that she will not lack or that her performance won't be heard because of the communication skills. So honestly, I hope that after all the training, the final product will be amazing, because just looking at her, she brings a level of elegance, beauty, grace, and just like regal, modern, that I am excited to see that on the final stage of Miss Universe. Number 7 on the list, we have Miss Colombia, Valeria Ayos. And this is another one of the beauty queens that we did cover on the channel. I did watch the coronation of Miss Colombia, and of course, I was very happy with the performance of Valeria. I feel like facially and physically speaking, Valeria is one of the most beautiful candidates within the entire competition. Not trying to be biased, just being honest. I really feel like her natural aura really just gives a lot of confidence, but at the same time, it doesn't seem to be pushed. It doesn't seem to be forced or like she's trying too hard. For example, just the way that she will walk down the runway, or the way that she will present herself and twirl and smile and change her facial expressions makes me think a lot of, for example, Miss Venezuela. However, she does add a layer of just being herself, not trying too hard. And therefore, like I was telling you earlier, it does seem like she is enjoying the moment. You never know, maybe she's freaking out underneath, but she looks like she's enjoying the moment. And that's what I want to see. When she speaks, she does so with a lot of substance, with a lot of impact. And I like that. That's what we need in Miss Universe. If you don't have the brains, even if you have the beauty, girl, it's not gonna work. But Valeria has no problem on that level. And when it comes to everything else, right, as I was telling you, the performance and everything that you would expect, technically speaking, I feel like she's very balanced, very coordinated. So I'm not worried, and I'm excited to see her final performance. Number 6 on the list, we have Miss Philippines, Beatriz Luigi Gomez. And I know that a lot of you guys were waiting to see where I was going to place Beatriz, because some of you seem to be really convinced that I don't like Beatriz. And that is not true. Beatriz is actually one of my favorite candidates from the entire Miss Universe Philippines pageant. And if you don't believe me, you can just go back and look at my top picks. She was always within my top picks. However, I do recognize that there is, and there was, some room for improvement for Beatriz, and I've been vocal about it because I do believe that constructive criticism is something that the candidates can benefit from. But talking a little bit about her performance during Miss Universe and what we can expect from her, I believe that Beatriz is gonna do a good job. In my opinion, she has the potential to bring the Philippines back into the top 10. Now, she does have a very important advocacy, which is the one for LGBTQ+ community, representation and bringing a voice to those who don't have one. We know that judging by everything that Beatriz did in the Philippines, she's very vocal about it. She's not scared. She has no filters when it comes to it. The only thing that I'm gonna hope when it comes to this is that all of the controversies that are happening around this subject, in the Philippines right now, with the girlfriend and the statements, and she did that and she didn't do that, I hope that this will not affect her mindset. So if anything, I'm hoping that Beatriz is really taking care of her mental health right now, focusing on her performance, the way that she's gonna present herself, and just making sure that, there are no distractions. I also think that Beatriz is a very fresh type of candidate for Miss Universe because she brings an edge that I don't see in most candidates. We typically get the type of, girly girls and pink and this and that, but Beatriz has this very strong aura, and you can see it even with the tattoos that she has, which is a little uncommon when it comes to Miss Universe, her background in the military. So I believe that this really sets her apart from other candidates. It might make her an appealing candidate for the judges. Now, on the things that I believe that Beatriz still needs to focus a little bit is on the delivery when she communicates. She's a very good speaker. She has no problem on that level, but sometimes the execution, like how she addresses the audience or how impactful her answers may be. In my opinion, sometimes she feels a little bit conversational, and that's good because you can relate to, whatever she's telling you. It's almost as if you were talking to a friend. But sometimes a Miss Universe is required to make a statement, which requires, strong choice of words, requires a good diction, requires a lot of presence, and I just wish that I could get a little bit more of that. Now, to be fair and to balance things out, I feel like Beatriz has been working very much when it comes to her preparation for Miss Universe. She has been very vocal about it. We have seen teasers and She has described that she has like these two personalities, Beatrice, the soft-spoken, and then Luigi, like the glamazon fierce. So I'm excited to see how this is going to unfold and what she will deliver at the end of it. But of course, I'm wishing nothing but the best. You know that Cuba does not participate in Miss Universe, so for me, Philippines is my country. That's the one I'm rooting for. Number 5 on the list, we have a candidate that is no surprise, Miss Thailand, Anjali Scott Kemis. I feel like Anjali is really an exciting candidate this year, and that is because not only she has, you know, the perfect blend of all the things that you want to get in someone who makes it to the top 5, the beauty, the brains, the substance. I mean, she is amazing and has been getting a lot of attention, and rightfully so in my opinion. I also feel like she's a very exciting candidate because she is representing for something. Her advocacy is for body positivity and body inclusivity, which I believe it's not a subject that has been largely addressed when it comes to Miss Universe. So this is like, you know, fresh air. Of course, I think of Sierra, but I feel like Sierra, people just threw that at her and she really just stood up for herself, like she defended herself. But when it comes to Anjali, I feel like she's just really going there to make a statement and be like, you know what? I am beautiful. I love myself for who I am, whether you like it or not, and you cannot take that away from me. Queen. Now, on the things that I still want to see improvement is the technique. One of the things that she got a little bit of criticism for was the pasarela, you know, what she was doing during the entire Miss Thailand. It was not the most polished one. However, it wasn't bad either, right? So, and you know that after you get the crown, you are really on intensive practice. It's like a very tight program to make sure that you are ready for the international competition. And Thailand at this point is really a pageant powerhouse with the stellar performance of Amanda Abdan last year. I feel like she's in good hands. I'm not worried. So I know that she will bring the communication, the brains, the representation, advocacy and all. I'm just hoping for the best when it comes to the technique. Number 4 on the list, we have Miss Paraguay, Nadia Ferreira. And I know that Nadia is kind of a front runner for pretty much everyone and their grandmother. Like, I have not seen a pageant vlogger who is not rooting for Nadia. Now, for very obvious reasons. When you look at her, she looks like a goddess. There is no other way of describing it. There is no other way of putting it. Nadia looks like she is a doll, like she's just coming out of a magazine, like she just carries Photoshop with her at all times because there is no flaw. There is nothing that you can be like, you know what? This right here is not, no. The girl from beginning to end, head to toe is like perfect, and you have to give her that. On another note, something that is very appealing about Nadia is her story. She has lived in several countries. She does speak fluently several languages as well. So already, hello, Miss Universe, the universe, you gotta communicate with a lot of people. I mean, she has that. She has experience as an actress. She has experience as a host, as a model. The girl has done it all. And this is gonna be like amazing preparation and amazing experience when it comes to the expectation that comes with the role of a Miss Universe. So right there you have, you know, a lot of those elements. Her communication, of course, with all of that experience is going to be amazing. Now, I will say this. I did watch some of her interviews and I even catch one of the live streams that she was doing on Instagram with another mixologist. And one thing that I noticed is that, well, she's very good at answering the questions, you know, justifying her answers. But when she is asked something that it's outside of her comfort zone, she tends to, like, you know, skip the question or just answer the question in a way that will not really address, you know, what was asked. For example, I saw this interview when they were asking her, what is your biggest flaw? And she was like, well, I feel like no one is perfect. Okay, but I want to know what was your biggest flaw though. So that is something that I would like to see a little bit more from her, a little bit more vulnerability, making sure that you are also embracing your flaws because people want to relate to you. And if you are too perfect, too good, too amazing, too excellent all the time, it will create a distance between you and the audience, right? So, but for everything else, I am not worried. I feel like she does have the potential to be a Miss Universe. So, hoping for the best, Nadia. Okay, right now we are getting officially into top 3. This is exciting. Who do you think is going to be? Let me know in the comments right now. Go and comment right now. But in the meantime, I will start telling you. Number 3 on my list, we have Miss India, Harnaz Sandhu. Okay, so many of you guys have been asking me, check out Harnaz, check her out. She's amazing, she's doing this and that. And you know what? I have been checking her out. I promise, I give you my word. I just haven't had that much time to sit down and film as much as I wanted to. But of course, I do have a few comments about her. So when it comes to her now, something that I really enjoyed, first of all, is that she is giving me a very youthful aura. And I know you're gonna tell me, of course, Luis, she is like extremely young. Okay, but there's something about the aura, you know, it just feels so playful, so light, like she's having such a good moment that it's something that I can only get sometimes from a child, you know, how children just play around and they just have fun and they laugh and they enjoy the moment without caring. That's where I'm getting from her. Something that I like as well, and I think that it's a little bit of an upgrade from last year with Adeline, is the expressions. She is very expressive. She will smile, she will, you know, show her emotions, and I feel like that's really a strength for her. And last but not least, I feel like her communication skills are amazing. Now, I did see once again a little bit of a debate online, people saying, can she really talk? I mean, her communications, I'm not so sure. So I went and did my homework myself, okay? During the competition, she will talk, and once again, similar to the case of Miss Vietnam, she had a little bit of an accent. But don't we all? I mean, I speak with an accent. You probably do as well. So that is not something that you can use to discount her. Her ideas overall were very cohesive. The answers were impactful. She was able to justify each one of the answers that she was giving to the questions in a way that it just made sense. And that's something that not everyone has. And believe me, that's something that you will need for Miss Universe. On top of that, I went and I reviewed the interview that she had with Miss Sociology on YouTube. And honestly, I don't know how, but I feel like she has been working on her communications because she was just so calm, so focused. And I'm gonna say that it was clearer as well. The pronunciation and the timing was a little bit more spot on. So I'm very excited for her and what she's going to do during Miss Universe. Of course, she made to the top 3 on my list. I feel like it's time. Last year, Adeline did such an amazing job. And I feel like if Hernaz is able to elevate her performance, she could easily be a contender for the crown. Now we're getting officially into my last 2 picks. Number 2 is someone that honestly, I was kind of overlooking her. But then when I actually took the time to look at the performance, I was like, of course, I am talking about Miss Brazil, Teresa Santos. Speechless, gorgeous, beautiful. I don't even know where to start, okay? All right, just look at her. You get my point, okay? The girl is stunning. But what really captivated my attention, and it just made me automatically fall in love with her, was the way that she behaves, her personality. It's just like so enjoyable. I could just watch her videos for like 2 hours straight and not get bored. If you take a moment after this video, go and take a moment to watch her performance during Miss Universe Brazil, and you will see what I'm talking about. There is a mix of course, the technique and, you know, everything that we want to see from a beauty queen, but there's also a lot of personality that exudes from her delivery. There is also a lot of sassiness, which is something that I feel like we love. And when I mean we, I'm talking about the pageant fans, I'm talking about the gays. I mean, we are gonna go crazy for this woman. Let's be honest. Her pasarela is so beautiful, so polished that it almost feels like she's walking on air. And I was like, what else can you give me? Because you have like the perfect blend of everything at this point. So I went and checked out her Q&A skills, and thanks God, because I do speak Spanish, I understand most of Portuguese. And what I can tell you is I was really surprised as well. She can talk. She is very eloquent. She makes sense. Once again, the most important thing, you need to be intelligent in the way that you speak in order to even be considered to become the next Miss Universe. And similar to the previous example that I gave you earlier about Miss India, I feel like Brazil is one of the countries who is really due for a crown. Like, they have been delivering very good queens, very consistent queens. In 2020, they made it as the first runner-up, so it's just exciting to see that they're sending such a strong candidate. I cannot wait to see what Teresa is going to deliver. And of course, my friends, now this brings us officially to my top 1 candidate for the crown. Who do you think is going to be? Mysterious. I bet you're anxious right now. Well, let me tell you, don't be anxious no more, because I will reveal to you that my number 1 pick for the crown is Puerto Rico, Michelle Colon. I don't even know where to begin because I don't have enough adjectives on my book to even go through everything that this woman deserves. I mean, from the photos, flawless, beautiful, stunning, like fashion magazine worthy, to the videos where you can actually see no difference between the photos and the videos. And that is scary because usually, you know, the photos are retouched and this and that, but when you watch on video, it's like the real deal and the girl looks the same. I feel like there's something about Michelle that is just unique. the way that she handles herself. There is kindness that exudes out of her, you know? And for every single candidate that I told you previously, I've been talking about their beauty and this and that technique and na. But when it comes to Michelle, the first thing that grabs my attention is how she behaves with other people, you know? The kindness and the purpose that really is coming out of her. So besides that, if you focus a little bit more on the competition, I feel like she was clearly a winner. There was a moment where I felt like for the Miss Puerto Rico Miss Universe competition, there was like a few candidates that were really, you know, fighting for the title. And I did follow the competition, just not on YouTube, but I did watch it on my own time. There was a moment where I was like, okay, who is it gonna be? But Michelle, after her final performance, there was no doubt in my mind that she deserved that title. And I'm really glad to see that, because when you do a little bit of research about everything that she has been doing, other than the fact that of course she's beautiful, her body is amazing, I mean, she can talk, all of that, she has been putting so much work, working with non-profit organizations, doing a lot of volunteering. She was heavily involved in the vaccination process in Puerto Rico. She is also a student of a double master's. I mean, the girl, it doesn't matter from which angle you're looking at her, there is always something that is like, wow, 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 uplifting, inspiring, stunning. I mean, in my opinion, that is the essence of a Miss Universe, because we tend to look for things like her physical beauty or her communication skills, her purpose, her advocacy. I feel like all of those elements come together and they meet in Michelle. It's just like there is no other way to describe it other than I feel like she just has it all. She's a very strong contender. And once again, not to repeat myself, but Puerto Rico's last year's performance, I feel like this is another country that is due to get the crown because of how amazingly well they've been doing lately, the consistency of the queens that they have been sending. If the stars align and everything goes as planned, Michelle might be the new Miss Universe. Alright everyone, so there you have it. Those were my early top picks and of course early favorite for Miss Universe 2021. As I told you in the beginning of this video, I really tried to the best of my ability to justify my picks based on the research that I did, on the interviews that I watched, the performances that I was able to have access to as well. But of course, this is not set in stone. Might change at any time. You never know what might happen. If you don't agree or if you think differently, I respect that as well. It's okay. The only thing that I want from you guys is that whether you like my picks or you don't, go down in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about why do you agree and why you don't. If you don't, let me know. If you don't, let me know who you would have included on the list and why. You never know, and that way you never know, you might change my mind. Alright, while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like on this video so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, come here and give me a hug. That's a little tradition of the channel. You know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, everyone, please stay safe, be kind to one another. Sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.